Hi folks, what I want to show you today is Workplanes. Workplanes can be extremely useful when you're trying to put shapes in places other than just from the ground up. So in our practice shape here, I want to cut a slot through the top of this shape. So our default workplane is basically, if you want to think of it as the ground. When I bring out a box and I put it here, it sets down on the ground, and there's ways to move this around, but sometimes it's extremely helpful to use a work plane other places. So in this case, I'm going to take a work plane, I'm going to put it right on the side of my part here. I'm going to bring out a box. I like to size things first, so let's see what happens here. I'm going to do a half inch, and then the length, well, here it's reading as height just because of I've turned this sideways, but the easy way for this is I can take this and drag it straight on back through. That makes this way easier to work with here, and then of course I have other tools if I want to align it perfectly wherever I want it, and when I group those it cuts. But this is one of the beauties of the work planes. I can put these anywhere on any surface. I can put it down in here if I wanted to do something there, if I wanted to work down in this slot to do something. And one other useful thing about work planes is if I'm trying to attach two things together, work planes can be extremely helpful. Maybe I want to attach a cylinder onto here, so if I put my work plane there, it's automatically going to be there. If you bring something out and set it all up and didn't have it quite how you wanted it, let me use a wedge for example. I'm going to put the wedge on this side to save some time, but maybe I want these two things butted up against each other. I can take a work plane, put it where I want it, D, the letter D for drop, and that will drop any item down to the work plane wherever the work plane is. So that is extremely useful thing to know too. So there you go folks, work planes.